So I'm just doing last minute touch-ups on these gorgeous pieces, 14-piece set that we created for a rather special client, our classic Gainsborough Chesterfield armchairs. These are actually one of my favorites out of our traditional collection at Major's. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous, so I'm very happy with them. We had a lot of delays earlier in the year because these pieces were actually started last year during the COVID period, and we just couldn't work, for obvious reasons, of course. There were so many disruptions in the year, back to back. So these were, in fact, they should have been completed early in the year, but they couldn't be. But now this is January. We're rounding up on them. They've come out beautifully. Last year, I did a video and I kind of just said to you guys, when you're on this business thing and things just don't go as planned, especially after the year that we've had in 2020. That ability to just be malleable and to just do your best and to be satisfied. I know it's easier said than done, trust me, because even for me, it's a huge struggle. When things just don't go as planned, and you're the type of person, especially me, who perfection is one of my biggest flaws. And I'm only recognizing that it's a flaw now, because I used to think of it as a strength, because it used to push me to excellence in everything that I did. But it also made it very difficult for me to let go and to let others rise to the occasion. And that's a big lesson that I've learned this 2020. And I'm definitely applying it in my business and in my life in general now for this 2021. And it's a struggle, but I see the benefits of it. You just have to learn to let go and just trust that others will do their part. And in some instances, actually do it better than you, if you let them. And in instances where they don't do it better than you, just give them the grace. Give them the grace, to just try again. And if they keep getting it wrong, then maybe that person isn't ideal for that role, and you just need to replace them. But you can't do everything on your own. It's virtually impossible. And you shouldn't do everything on your own, because you can't do everything well. So save your energy and focus on the things that you're really good at, the things that you're very excellent at, and let everybody else do the same. And you'll find that probably is the route to really building a team that will deliver in the long run. So I'm learning that. That's my biggest lesson from last year, and it's the biggest thing that I'm implementing this year. And so far, it's going well. And in instances where it doesn't go well, I don't just throw my toys out of the pram. I just lean a little bit more on others for that support and that help that I need. And then I give grace, So that's basically that. So just take a look at these beautiful chairs. I'm super proud. It's quite a good start to the year. These chairs were causing us so much of a problem last year. In my mind, I was like, oh my God, I really don't want to disappoint a client. I really don't like to disappoint anybody. But they were not meant to be delivered last year. I guess they were meant to be delivered this year, and we're about to do that delivery now, and then move on to the next. So yeah, it's been a process, and it's been a wonderful start to the year, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful for my team. Everybody's working very hard. We kick-started the year on a good note. You know, like I mentioned, you know, we were not able to deliver on a lot of our tasks and a lot of our promises last year, but we did what we could. But this year we've picked that up, and I know that so many other people were not necessarily able to pick up on where they left off for health reasons, financial reasons, resource reasons, whatever those reasons may be. I'm just very grateful that we were able to start off on a good note, and correct a lot of the mistakes that we probably, I say mistakes, but it was completely out of our hands, of course, but to correct a lot of the delays from last year. So here we are. Yeah. So if I'm okay, so if I were to give you a tip of the day, which I usually do, even though you don't ask, my tip of the day would be to allow yourself to identify your flaws. Be mature enough to admit those flaws, no matter how hard they might be. I struggled with mine before because, like I told you, I saw it as a strength, but I'm quickly realizing that my strength might not always be a strength. Sometimes it might actually be a flaw. Identify it. Try to trust others to do their part and to be able to rise to the occasion. And in moments where it doesn't always go well, don't give up on that approach to things. Just remember to give grace to yourself, and then to your team members and to others. So that's it. Always give grace. Take care, guys.